Hello out there, welcome to this tutorial. It's on determinant. In this video, we'll be looking at third order determinant, that is determinant of 3 by 3. So we take our first problem, evaluate the determinants. We have -1, 2, 3, 2, 3, -5, -1, 4, 6. The method of finding the determinant of third order, we assign the positive to the first column and negative to the second column, positive to the third column. Then we pick the first element in the first column, so that is -1. We delete the row, delete the column where -1 belongs. So we now find the determinant of the remaining element. That's going to give us 3, -5, 4, 6. Then we go to the second column, pick the first element there with the sign assigned to it, which is a -2. Delete the row and delete the column where the number belongs. So we find the determinant of the remaining entries. Then we go to the third column. We have a +3 there as the first element, so we have a +3. Delete the row and delete the column. We find the determinant of the remaining entries. So from here we shall evaluate. This is -1. Then we are familiar with finding determinant of order 2. So we have a 3 times 6 giving us a 18. Then -4 times -5 gives -20. We have 18 minus -20. Then we have a -2 here. 2 times 6 gives 12. The -1 times -5 gives 5, so that will give us -5. Then +3. Then 2 times 4 gives 8. -1 times 3 gives -3, so we have -3. We then simplify. This is 18 plus 20. Negative times negative gives positive, so 18 plus 20 giving us 38. Multiplied by -1 gives -38. 12 minus 5 gives 7. 7 times -2 gives -14. So that's going to give us -14. 8 minus -3. Negative gives positive. So 8 plus 3 gives 11. Times 3 gives 33. We have it as +33. So -38 minus 14 plus 33 gives -19. So the determinant has been evaluated to be -19. So we go to problem 2. In problem 2, we are also to evaluate the given determinant with entries 2, -3, 1, 1, 3, -2, 4, 5, 7. So again, we assign each of the columns with signs. So we have a positive for the first column, negative for the second column, positive for the third column. So we pick the first element in the first column, which is 2. Delete the row, delete the column, so we get the determinant of the other 2 remaining. So we go to the second column, pick the first element there together with the sign. So this is negative, giving us -3. So delete the row, delete the column. So we now have 1, -2, 4, 7. Then we go to the third column, pick the first element together with the sign. That's +1. Delete the row, delete the column, and collect the determinant of the remaining entries remaining. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5. So we now simplify the other two determinants we have here. This is 2 here. 3 times 7 gives 21. 5 times negative 2 gives negative 10. That's minus negative 10. Then minus gives positive 3. 1 times 7 gives 7. 4 times negative 2 gives negative 8. So minus negative 8. And here we have plus 1. 1 times 5 gives 5. 4 times 3 gives 12. So we have minus 12. So negative here is positive. 21 plus 10 gives 31 times 2 gives 62. Here also negative gives positive. So 7 plus 8 gives 15. 15 times 3 gives 45. So plus 45. Then 5 minus 12 gives negative 7 times 1 gives negative 7. So we have it as minus 7. 62 plus 45 minus 7 gives 100. So we have solved the determinant to be 100. So we go to problem 3. Problem 3, this seems to be an application. If the determinant of the entries 1x3 negative 2 1 negative 3 x negative 1 1 is equal to negative 10, find the values of x. So to do that, we have to evaluate this determinant. So we assign the sign positive, negative, positive. Then we pick the first element, which is positive 1, delete the row, delete the column. So we evaluate the determinant here. This time around we'll make it snappy. So 1 times 1 gives 1 minus negative 1 times negative 3 gives 3. So that's going to give us minus 3 there. We go to the second column, pick the first element together with the sign, which is negative x. So we have a negative x, delete the row, delete the column. Then negative 2 times x gives negative 2 minus x times negative x gives negative 3x. So negative gives a positive, so we have it as plus 3x. Then we are done with that. We go to the third column. For the third column, we have a positive 3 there as the first element. So we delete the row, we delete the column. Negative 2 times negative 1 gives a positive 2 minus x times 1 gives a x. And this determinant is said to be negative 10. So we expand the brackets. The 1 minus 3 gives negative 2 times 1 gives negative 2. Negative x times negative 2 gives positive 2x. Negative x times positive 3x gives negative x squared. And this is positive 3 times 2 gives positive 6. And positive 3 times negative x gives negative 3x. And the determinant is equal to negative 10. So now I collect the like terms starting with the highest power. This is negative 3x squared. 2x minus 3x gives negative x. Then I am bringing this to this side, so that we now have negative 2 plus 6 give 4. Bringing this to this side becomes positive, so 4 plus 10 gives 14 and is equal to 0. So I can quickly multiply through by negative 1, so that I have 3x squared plus x minus 14 is equal to 0. So we now solve this quadratic equation for the values of x. So I have 3x squared here. I just pick 3x into bracket. 3x into the bracket. Then the coefficient of x squared here is 3, and the constant term is negative 14. But for now, I am interested in the 14, so I have a 14. So I'm looking for two factors of 3 and 14. That's 3 by 14, such that when I add, it gives me the coefficient of x here, which is 1. So here I can say divide this 1 by 2 and multiply this by 2. 14 divided by 2 gives 7, and 3 times 2 gives 6. So from here, in the process of getting the factors, I'm doing that. Now I come back to this negative sign here. Where will I assign the negative? Is it to 6 or 7? So that when I add them, it gives me the coefficient of x here, which is 1. So that's going to be here. Yeah, the smaller number, since the sign here is positive. That's negative 6 plus 7 gives 1. So that is the coefficient of x here. So I just bring in the negative 6 here and bring in the positive 7 here, which is equal to 0. Since 3 divides 3x and negative 6, so I have x minus 2 into 3x plus 7 is equal to 0. So this means x minus 2 is equal to 0, or 3x plus 7 is equal to 0. So we solve this. So solving this, x is equal to 2, or x is equal to taking this to the other side, a negative 7, then dividing both sides by 3, we have a negative 7 over 3. So we have found the values of x to be 2 and negative 7 over 3. This is the end of the solution to this problem 3. So, and we are bringing this tutorial to an end. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel Oninab Resources, like and share this video. Until we come your way again, goodbye.